One of these days I'll do a video on the overdrive. I've had a couple of overdrives apart, and actually this one that was on this car, the overdrive came out of a Triumph Dolomite Sprint in UK. I found it, and then it was delivered to my mother, and I brought it over to the US. I actually opened it up, but it looked like it had been rebuilt, and so I just changed a couple of the seals inside the unit and put it in the car, and it's running quite well. I'd done all this before I started making videos, but I bought this gearbox. This thing on the front's just got wheels on it. It's just holding it so I can roll it around in the garage. This gearbox came from Martin Nimick many years ago. It was sitting in my mother's shed, and as usual, you know, these people you buy stuff from say, oh, it was running in a car that you pulled apart. Yeah, maybe the car was running, but maybe the overdrive wasn't. Anyway, I pulled the overdrive apart and it disintegrated. There's a clutch in there, and there's bearings in there, and these bearings exploded, destroying the clutch. So anyway, I actually spoke to the guys at Overdrive Spares, and he said that they come, very nice guys, chaps in the UK, and he said, oh yeah, I can sell you this, and it was about £300 at the time, and he was actually told me how to go ahead and do some of the stuff. And then he said, well, for another couple of £100 you can get one that's rebuilt by them or reconditioned. And I said, yeah, that may be a better option, because I've never done an overdrive before. So anyway, so then always I'm up for a challenge. I found a Dolomite Sprint overdrive, and I was talking to a couple of folks, and I was able to put that in. A couple of things you got to worry about. There's a number on the end. In this case, I think it's a 6, which implies that it's the same as a stag. It's a gear that goes on, and it sets the what's it called, the speedo, right? So that's something that sometimes needs changing, but the gear was fine, but I can't remember if I had to get I swapped out the speedo drive. Anyway, this overdrive, this is out of it's a J Type Overdrive. I picked this up for $100 in the US. This came from a Volvo 1800 that I thought, okay, let's buy it for the sake, you know, just try it and see what's going on. And so at some point I'll pull this one apart. I bought it as parts. It's a J Type Overdrive, and again from a Volvo. A couple of things that people have pointed out is that this gear mechanism and the gear in there needs probably changing, because it's not going to match. What I found was somebody was talking about how you put a Volvo in a overdrive in a TR6. So TR6, I think Dolomite and the Stag pretty much have the same overdrive. So they said that things that you have to worry about are a couple of things. So obviously this is the bottom of this is not machined, where the exhaust bracket, is it the exhaust bracket? Yeah, the exhaust bracket bolts onto. And actually, how does that, I wonder, I haven't looked at this, but oh yeah, there's some things at the end of this where the J Type Overdrive end, so it's slightly different, needs some work, may need machining or whatever. That's one thing. Or you could just source an overdrive, back end of an overdrive from a Stag or a TR6. The other thing people said is the flange. The Volvo has 3 different flanges, and one matches the Stag, but not all of them. So I don't know. I haven't looked at that yet, but that's something I'll do. This overdrive doesn't have the solenoid, so you know, obviously for $100 it's not too bad. But yeah, hey, I'll pull it apart and maybe make a video on it. And there is something in there. I don't know if you can notice that. What I feel is the overdrive really isn't of any value unless you have the drive output shaft from the gearbox into the overdrive. And obviously that adds value to the overdrive itself, but you know, on its own, it's worth tinkering with. Just clean it up and open it up, and then I'll make a video. Again, this was out of a Volvo 1800. Got it for $100, and yeah, I'll make a video. It's got a serial number. If anyone can make out anything based on that serial number, other than it's the J Type. As I said, this one's the J Type that I got for a Dolomite Sprint. So yeah, let's see if anything on that can work one day.